beginning of time, like Molly and Laura, so we do these all the time, but I'm gonna go over this
No, we
again.
haven't. We've done it once since I've been here in 7 years.
I remember being here 3 different meetings now.
I guess.
So Brenda.
Oh, you guys, I better show.
No, seriously, this is
Alright,
Labor zone.
And I know I've said this every single time we talked, I know I've said this to all you guys before. Your main job, you guys are salespeople. That means it is not the job of the whiteboard to lure them, to coax them, to get them to buy whatever's on special. It is your job. So, you go to the table, you introduce yourself, you don't say, did you see the specials? I mean, some of you guys act like, all right, what is it you could possibly, you're servers, you get paid by tips. That means you actually serve and you work with them.
That makes you an entrepreneur. You are selling yourself so that they come back and
Yes.
you can make a paycheck.
So that means you go to the table, you say, hi, my name is, this is what we have on special today. And you know what's in it and you know where to find it in the POS system. And that is, I'm gonna be jumping around a little bit, but that's why you need to be here 15 minutes before your shift starts. Now, I hear tell that if it's not printed on the schedule, you can't be here 15 minutes early. So, we have 2 choices. I can change the writing on the schedule to accommodate those people who can't seem to get here 15 minutes early, or we can all agree that we're gonna come here 15 minutes early. So what is it? Do I change the numbers on the schedule?
Yes,
That's what needs to
it's
happen.
in writing.
Yes. That's what it
Just
sounds.
put it in writing. That way when you see it, you see it. You look at it,
Alright,
you know.
okay, that's what I'll do.
All right,
Yeah,
put it on the
moving on.
schedule.
Yeah, but there we go.
So can I add something to this then?
Yes.
So we're coming in our 15 minutes early, and then immediately whoever's on is like, here, I give you a table, that doesn't give you the time to do that, so can we accommodate the fact that we need to come in and get that stuff and get it done?
Yes.
Unless we're slammed and.
Unless you're slammed, hang on, wait a minute, small girl. Unless we're slammed, the plan is this. You come in, you look at the board, you see what's on the board, you look in your POS system, you know where to find it, you know what the items are, and you know how to pronounce the items. Do not come in here and go to the table,
Hey, say Polish.
Shut up.
You can't say
Rachel.
and you know
You
what
can't
kind
say that.
of meat it
I'm
is.
part Polish, and if you said I'm gonna give you a Polish, I'm gonna
Did you
give you
hear
a
me?
Polish.
Right,
Say it.
I know, I just shouldn't have
Yeah, and you know what kind of meat it is.
I can't pronounce a lot of words.
Okay, then I'm happy to work with anybody who needs assistance, but steak is beef.
Who did it? Heather.
Stop it.
Heather.
Right now.
What's the difference between grilled and breaded chicken?
No, but there was something stupid a little while back. But
Yeah.
it wasn't the steak.
There
It
was,
something
what kind of fish
stupid. Oh, that was what it was.
is salmon?
It's a red
It was the same.
meat.
It's salmon.
L is silent. It's not sold.
All right.
Oh, I thought
You
that's
know,
what it is.
so if you don't know what, you need to know what it is, and you need to know how it's prepared so you can sell it. Because you just can't, and some of these, we try to be unique with the names so they're interesting, so that means you need to know what's in them. If you need a cheap ticket pad to put a cheat sheet in there, that's fine. But make sure you know it. Make sure you take those moments to know what, ladies, make sure you know what the pie case has in there. Make sure that, so that 15 minutes is designed, unless we're swamped, to be able to get yourself acclimated to what needs to be done. If we're swamped, obviously, use your common sense. Get on the floor and help out your coworkers. Now, in regard to helping out your coworkers, we are a team here. That means everybody works together. Now, if you're standing in the waitress station and the bell goes off, that means that you walk your little sorry self over there and you see what food's up. You don't look at the ticket and go, not my food, and turn around and walk away. I will have to come to your house if I ever see that happen. That is ridiculous.
I do have a
And she
lovely
does
home.
come to your house too.
I do have a lovely home, and you might enjoy yourself.
Yes, so, if you're in the waitress station and the bell goes off, check the food. If you can, the only reason you don't run someone else's food is that you are unable to because you are in the middle of something. And I will give you the benefit of the doubt that that is the case. If you're in the middle, because sometimes it doesn't look like you're doing anything, but you're in the middle of, okay, I gotta get, and buy things, and people think, oh, you're just standing there. Well, no, I was thinking I gotta go over here and get stupid, and you're doing these things. That's why you can't get it. The phone. You guys are gonna cost me to lose my mind over this phone. If I see one person walk by a ringing phone, I'm gonna kill you. I'm sorry, we talk violently here, just so you know. The phone rings, I swear it's like I'm in the cone of silence, and I'm the only person who can hear the phone ringing. La 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 la. Or they stand there, the phone's ringing, ring, 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 and they're doing what? Answer the phone! I'm gonna lose myself. It's gonna happen, just so you know. Answer, even if you can't help the person, answer the phone and we'll find somebody to help them. Just answer the phone, please. Then when you answer it, hang up the phone. These are simple things. But then when I call up here, and then I gotta call 66 people to find out why the phone's off the hook. Please, just answer the phone. All right, so we're selling, we're gonna introduce ourselves, we're gonna go over the specials, we're gonna go over the soups, we're gonna mention the cold soup board. If you do that now, evidently we've had violence break out in the land because people want what's on the cold soup board.
Yeah.
When you go to the table and you say, hi, these are our specials, our hot soups today are, unfortunately those are our cold soups, so if you'd like to take any of those with you, you may. That might diffuse the violence at the table because they can't have those cold soups. Upselling beverages. Some people are super good at this. Some of you, what do you want? What do you want to drink? I hear some of you, Molly comes to mind all the time because I hear her say, can I get you a peach tea? Can I get you? Suggestive sell the beverages. Then you will sell them. The higher your ticket, the higher your tip. You don't have to work so hard. Appearance. Okay. Now, you need to come in here clean. Your shirt shouldn't look like you slept in the back of your car or that you didn't wash it. If you did, pretend you didn't and shake yourself out. Get some Downy Rainbow Release. Your aprons shouldn't look like they haven't seen a washing machine. They need to be clean every day. Your pants need to be clean. No yoga pants. Two things don't lie, toddlers and yoga pants. Let's not be doing yoga pants, okay? We already got men who clear enough around here, some of these girls, so no yoga pants. If you're wearing black pants, black shoes. If you're wearing khaki pants, white shoes. You guys can wear capris when the weather changes.
Don't
Just
do
make
what
sure
I did.
you obviously
My
have some.
dog peed in my white ones.
Heather always has a serious problem, just so you know. It's never something simple like the lace broke, her dog peed in her shoe. So make sure if you're wearing black shoes, you're wearing black socks. White shoes, white socks. Make sure your hair looks pulled up and neat. Most of us could go with a little bit of makeup, just to touch something. Let's not come in here looking like, we've been
You
out
want me
all
to come in
night.
here looking like a hooker, I'll do it.
I don't think we have to look like a hooker.
Please.
I think there's some room between hooker, so old, and tired I can't move on with
No,
life.
I don't want to intimidate our elderly.
Makeup can look fresh, but not too gaudy. That means no black eyeshadow.
Why are you looking at
Heather?
me?
Because you've had to wash your face before.
This face is absolutely none.
Okay. Floor behavior. Dealing with problems. We do not deal with problems on the floor. If you're in the kitchen, you don't yell profanity so that it can be heard into the main dining room. We don't shout, we don't act up, we don't act poorly. We understand that our customers do not want to see that or hear that. If we have a problem with one of our coworkers, we smile and we deal with it when the customers don't want to see. They want to believe that we always get along and everything is wonderful and beautiful. And that although that is not the case, we want to pretend, yes.
Something to say. I don't know if it was Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever day it was, but there was a lady, I believe they were sitting over here at this table, and she approached me and she asked if we shared tips. And I said, no. I said, you're serving. She goes, well, I see everybody helping each other. That was something I wish I could have,
Yes.
recorded, because I said, we're a team.
Yes,
That's
and that's
what we do.
super important.
But somebody really, they acknowledged it, they
Yes.
saw it, because there's that camaraderie,
And
you do
everybody
work
will always do better that way. And,
Yeah.
and I think for the most part, we have that attitude and we try to work toward that and we want to do that. And it's important that people feel, a lot of times the customers don't get the banter that we have here. They think that you guys are fighting. They don't understand that you act like sisters and you harass each other and, and they don't always get that. So we just have to be sensitive to that they don't always understand that you guys are joking. Or that even we're joking with you, or
Toss
that
that out
they
there.
don't always get that, so we have to be sensitive to that.
Somebody knows we work
If we
together.
have an issue at the table, address the issue discreetly. Don't shout, I got a problem with pulling over here! Heather,
Well, that seems reasonable.
I think Jesse was.
Oh, God.
Did you get your pie?
No.
get your pie.
I'm also on spring break this week, so if you need me, just call.
Okay, sweetheart, thank you.
Bye,
A
Jesse.
round of applause, this girl's amazing, yeah!
Did she come out and help?
She didn't have to, she's all by herself back there, busting her butt.
She always does though.
Okay,
She is good.
so if they have a problem, remove the plate, prevent problems by inspecting the plate from the kitchen. If it doesn't look right, don't take it out there. Don't go, it's a 50-50 shot, I'll see what happens, roll the dice and see. Why do we need to do that? Yes.
I have a question between the
I got the
servers.
phone!
Servers.
I heard it and I took it in.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so Dave pointed out something the other day, all right? I made a mistake on a breakfast order. They wanted patties, and I think it was links or vice versa, whatever. And he said, well, where's the patty? Where's the meat? Well, I already took it out there. What am I to do, okay? We have plenty of customers that come in here, some regulars, that will, eat half of what they have and then complain. What is the protocol? If you look at me and say, oh shoot, I ordered patties and you gave me links, do I instantaneously take some? It's gonna go in the trash either way. You know what I mean? Do I leave it on the table or do I take it and dump it? That's
They
a
tell you
big
when
thing.
you take it to the table, you take the plate back.
But no, because sometimes I take it to the table, said, this,
I'm saying, sometimes if I got the wrong thing, I'll tell her when I take it.
Bye, guys.
no, I set it down and he touched it.
Okay, then you don't take it to the table.
So, and that's, Dave and I kinda had a question about it.
Yeah.
He's like, well, where's the links? Where's the links?
Yeah,
I wasn't gonna pull them off the table.
Well, now, this is, I think that if more is done when the food is delivered before you leave the table. For instance, when you serve a steak, could you cut into that steak and make sure it's
And
done?
I say that.
If we do that, and not a lot of people do. If
Well, it's
you
a
cut-
2-minute, 2-bite check bag.
Yeah, but the problem is the intent is there, but you don't necessarily get there. So when a steak is served, it should be policy that you say, can you just cut into that and make sure it's okay? So that you don't even leave it, whoever delivers it, that 1 second to do that makes that so much easier because you can fix anything in that moment and somebody's not sitting with that steak for however long it takes for you. Because you might get hung up, you don't know what could happen in the moment that you mean to get back there. Because 2 minutes may not seem like it's 2 minutes and really it's 5 to 7 minutes before you actually get, so that should be done. Again, maybe in a case, I think it depends on whether you're dealing with a habitual problem. Do you have that happen very often where the wrong meat goes out?
Not the wrong meat, but the egg wasn't cooked right. The toast is a little too dark.
Bonita. And that is an ongoing issue with them. I think, I don't know.
No, we've been saving money.
All right. Now, maybe, do we know how she likes it done?
Yes, she
Yes.
tells us.
And so when you when you take the plate there and you ask her to look at it, is this okay?
They don't know until I tear the egg open and dissect it.
Yeah, it's already
I
ruined.
like
already been
I'm
cut
dead
into.
serious.
Already
Yeah.
ruined.
Use it again.
Already
Yes,
ruined,
dead
take 2
serious.
bites out of the toast already ruined.
You
And then
can't
we-
see the toast is
And then
brown?
we
Uh-uh,
have to
she
redo
says
this
it's
whole
okay.
ticket order.
Or the butter,
This is
that's the new
almost
thing.
an everyday
That's
or
the new thing,
every
whether
other
there's
day
too much
thing.
butter on the bread, and now she has me microwave her toast for her and her husband to melt the butter. Yes.
Their opinion.
This is real.
I feel if they eat half of it, or they cut into it, they should have to pay for half of it.
Now, how do we do that
We
to
don't
our
get the shit
regulars?
for free. You don't get, they shouldn't be getting the shit for free.
Right.
I don't know why they don't give me a problem. They only
You
give me-
never have a problem?
No, but I only wait on her.
Do you have a problem every
Thursday and
time?
Saturday.
Often.
Often.
I have
Yep,
never
damn
waited
near.
on her since I've come back out, but I've been in the back when I've had to redo her stuff.
I cook for her all the time, and it seems like every time they order, I'm redoing their food.
I
Every
just
single
wanna know
time.
what the protocol is. Do I instantaneously take that egg away? Throw it in the garbage?
Cause we're charging for
Because
extra
she's-
eggs by this time that she's done.
But then she wants to get a box. That costs us money too. So you
For
messed
one
up.
egg, you can't finish the
You
whole
messed-
egg?
No,
No,
she gives to
because
her
it's-
dog.
Yeah, because you cooked it.
Okay, all right, so you're telling me she cuts into the egg and the egg's not satisfactory, so that means that she slides that egg aside, she
No,
orders
she
it
takes 2 bites out of it, then slices the side.
Yes.
out of one egg?
He's like a rabbit. I mean,
This
it's
is
true.
true. This is real. We're not making this up. I wanna know how to handle it, how to address it.
Well,
Do
think,
I charge her for the egg?
okay.
Because she's taking the egg she already
I don't think anybody should take food that they reject and get remade home. That should be absolutely no. Agreed?
Okay, alright, agreed.
So, if she does not want something, I'm not feeding her dog and giving her a box and then paying for her egg. I'm not doing that.
Cause that's what you've been
But she
doing.
doesn't complain, because she doesn't complain with me, and she still takes a box because she takes some kind of, you know.
She takes the crust and such home
Yeah,
for
she
her
like-
bread.
yeah.
Not a big deal. But it's that mistake or it's not cooked to her liking.
I don't understand,
That's-
how does she order her egg?
Over
Over
medium
medium.
well.
Well.
She says over medium.
Country toast, like,
She orders it for medium well or.
Not much butter, and now she needs a microwave.
And it's
Sometimes
country
it's
toast
different.
or light.
Country toast.
She
It's so light,
switches,
it
she
don't
does
even know
white
the butter.
toast sometimes, and she does country.
So now
toast.
she's gotta walk back with
She
the toast
switches.
and put it in the microwave to melt the butter.
She has one slice of toast, two.
Yeah.
Alright, well, the policy stands, if somebody needs to have their food remade, you take the plate from the table and they're not getting the opportunity. I mean, I'll give it to somebody else's dog before I let them have it.
Okay,
I
and
got a
that's
problem.
fine, but as long as we're all on the same page.
Okay, so that's
Sometimes
unfair?
it's not.
So if somebody, because you know, if that's gonna just say, you know, our policy is we have to take the food from the table, but we can do it in a kind way. Breakfast is late waning on Mondays and Tuesdays, and I don't know why it's so bad, but we gotta figure it out, we gotta boost it back up again, we gotta get that shot in the arm, I don't know what we gotta do, but we're gonna figure something out. So, do what we can to help, deal with the issues, make sure you're looking at everything. Can you tell when you look at her food that it's not gonna pass mustard?
I won't bring it out if it doesn't.
I mean, half the time I think it is perfectly fine, but they will literally, well, now it's just her, but
Well, can this,
dissect the egg, and if they see one little spot of like slime or anything, this is slimy. I need a new egg.
Can it go back on the grill?
oh, I don't like the way the sweet
Not
tea,
She's
after
already
they,
cut
it. After they
not after
dissected
they
it.
dissect it
Oh,
up.
they've already cut it.
Yeah.
and I don't like the way the sweet
They
tea
pick-
tastes. It doesn't
literally
taste
pick
right.
through
Tastes
the
different. Can I get some
When you
decaf?
guys make the sweet tea, how much sugar you guys put in?
One cup.
1.5.
1.5. Yes.
Yeah.
Since
And that's,
when?
that's the cut, that's why I said that's always the difference, that some people are saying it's 1 and then it's 1.5. But
I was always taught it as 1 cup and
One and a half for
I
tea.
love
Tea is
I've
one.
always been told
Do
by.
you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And peaches.
All right.
1.5,
Because
everybody.
we had too many complaints otherwise, so
Yeah.
1.5.
All right, so do what you can to address the issues before it comes out of the kitchen. Don't involve the customers in your personal business. I don't know how many ways I'm gonna say this. Your focus needs to be on your work, not on your private matters. If you have a personal relationship, catch up with them either before or after your shift. I don't wanna hear you recounting your hardships or difficulties. It's about the customer, not about this. No more sharing personal info on the clock. Keep your phones away, don't tell them, I don't wanna hear about it. If you wanna meet up with them, you wanna set a time to go out and have coffee with them, fine. This is their time, yes.
What if a customer asks like how your kids are doing? Like you can shortly just be like, oh, they're doing great, you know?
Yes, they're doing fine, but I don't want phones out, I don't want pictures, I don't want, oh, let me tell you what happened. No, I don't, oh, you will never believe I was in this and the ditch and da. No, I don't wanna hear any of that. It all needs to stay out of there.
This is a boy now, everybody, and just so you know, don't tell anybody, I'm just kidding.
Oh my
I got the right clues!
Your interpersonal conflicts, you need to check them at the door with your personal problems. I know everybody's got problems, you guys need to leave them. People do not want to come in and see a sour waitress, a sad waitress, an issue. Everybody's got them. If you have an issue that you can't deal with, then I'm more than happy to talk to anybody, more than happy to help anybody. But at the end of the day, you gotta come in here, you gotta put your smiling face on, you gotta do what you gotta do. Attitude, stomping, I have no more patience, I'm not gonna do it. Pull you off the floor and I'll put you on hiatus, and that means until you can straighten up, and maybe that means permanent, I don't know, but I'm not doing it. You know that we all care about everybody, we're like a family, and sometimes you need a timeout, and that's what's gonna happen if I find out that you're coming in here and you're acting the fool, it's not gonna work out. We need an enjoyable experience for our customers, they need to see you smiling, they need to see you happy. I don't care how sad your life is, I don't care how bad it is, put on that fake little face, because that's what you get paid to do.
I come in here every day, no matter how I feel, and I've got a joke of the day. and I'll carry it all day long. To each and, Laura, is that not true? It don't matter how stupid they are, it's still a joke of the day, all right? I can put on a happy face.
Okay, I didn't say you need a joke of the day, you need a smile, you
That's
need
what I'm
a,
saying, that's how I get myself out of my funk,
okay.
all right?
And like I said, issues can be handled, and it's the same. You're not gonna like everybody that you work with every minute of every day. Sometimes you guys, it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to deal with. You have to put up with it.
Thank you.
You can either deal with your personal problems with your coworkers one-on-one. You can talk to me, and I can talk to them, or we can talk all together, whoever the problem is. There are ways to solve the problems. But tiptoeing around, I have less and less energy for nonsense and crap than I've ever had before in my life. So, I'm gonna just tell you straight up. Either get on the road, get out, because I just don't have any energy. You know what my issue is, honestly? You guys make way too much money for any nonsense. People making $30 an hour ought to be the happiest people in the world, because I don't make $30 an hour, but I got all the headaches. So, you guys ought to be dancing on the clouds, so I don't want to hear any problems. I want to see happiness and joy.
Hell no.
You don't make $30 an hour every day, but I'm gonna tell you, there's lots of days that you do, and you guys know that.
There's
There are a lot of
days you make
times.
a lot more than that.
Yeah, and a lot of times you do better than that. Things have been a little bit bad, especially in the morning, and I know that, and we gotta figure out what we can do about
And that's
that.
why I come in with a joke of the day, that's
I
why
think
I.
That's
Well,
right,
maybe
Brenda.
that's. I don't know, we need to talk, we need to see what the joke of the day is.
I think
because
people
of
are
the-
just getting turned off with like, cause egg prices are up and stuff, so they're automatically thinking, well, I'm not gonna go out for breakfast, I'm gonna go out for lunch and dinner instead.
Eggs are
Maybe,
coming
and if
down.
there's things we
Yeah.
need to do to accommodate that, hopefully, with the egg prices coming down, we can lift that dollar charge, and we can make a big deal about doing that, maybe. I would like to, I wanna see what happens this week. If it continues as soft as it's been, I wanna sit down with you guys and I
This
wanna
week
have
is
some-
spring break, so hopefully we'll be better this week.
Yeah,
Another thing that I have talked about, every customer that comes in, you can gauge their age. And the interaction at the cash register when you're leaving, I always make sure, do you have a customer appreciation card? I explain to them, no, we've been here several times and we haven't had one. For every 10 you spend, you get a stamp. When you get 10 stamps, you save $5 on your return visit. Monday's 55+ day, you save 10%. Tuesday's military day, whether active or not active, we want to recognize you. I don't hear people saying that.
okay, well, again, I think we can
It's
improve
all
on that.
day long, it's not just in the breakfast time.
Right.
It needs to be said all day long, that's how you get business. Not everybody reads the sign and not everybody goes online.
Okay, so you guys all know what the days of the week are and what the discounts are?
No.
And every day it's first responders?
People have kids, Wednesday I emphasize, you get a meal, your kid gets a meal. I don't bring them in.
Okay.
55 plus.
So we'll work on that. We need to, seat every other, unless the customer specifically asks for a server, and then we rotate, obviously, the counter every other. I don't think we've been having any problems with that, have we?
No.
Any issues? Okay.
We gotta work on not closing down the small side.
Yeah, closing down the small side,
Sunday
Where is
should
that?
be 10%
Hey, excuse me,
off.
whoa, that's that part of your mother.
well, I'll
Go
talk.
ahead, you deal with that right there.
I'll
before
deal
you
with
try to
her.
start
Yeah, this
saying
idea that we
stuff
close down the small side at 4 o'clock in the afternoon because nobody's here. Gee, shocker rocks, nobody's here for dinner yet. And then you guys either have to go here or it's a problem. When you're seating
Or they're
people,
ping ponging.
Yeah.
I don't even like ping pong.
Yeah.
I can do it.
yeah,
Yeah, nobody likes to do it,
yeah,
because out of sight, out of mind.
yes.
Yeah.
So, we're all talking about that.
Got this
You guys need to be pre-bussing. Anybody who walks by a table with dirty dishes, pick them up, your
I
table
don't
or
care
not.
if it's
It doesn't matter whose table it is, you pick it
Yeah,
up.
pick up your extra settings when you seat people. Every time you wipe a table, wipe off the salt and pepper shakers.
Always.
Always use the spray bottles. Some of you are shady and try to get away without doing that. That's where the disinfectant is. Don't do it, don't let me catch you. Always check your seats. Keep the floors looking presentable. Make sure your pie case is always stocked. The fuller the pie case, the more pies you sell.
Well, I guess I'll have to learn how to make pies.
I think we all need to work better on cleaning the booth seats, the cracks of the
Yeah,
booths,
she's right there.
and the chairs because they're always nasty.
Yeah, they
All
are.
right, everybody hear that?
And there's,
Like
it
when you clean your
absorbs,
table,
it
everyone's just
absorbs.
brushing the stuff off to the booths, and then when I bring over somebody, there's like a whole meal on the seat. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
so disgusting.
Okay, so let's do better with that.
Wipe the edges of the tables, I'm getting a lot of that.
And yeah, underneath, don't hesitate to wipe, yeah, sometimes it's carelessly wiped, it's not wiped really well, and some people are getting lazy and not putting the salt and pepper shakers out, and I can see the crud from across the room, so let's not do that.
So you know what that is. If the table's not clean, you put salt and pepper shaker on it.
That's a
Part
clue,
of it
because
is
you
not
can't tell,
clean.
yeah.
And then once you clean it,
This way when you're seeing, when you can look here, you can see.
And then you know you can't see that table still. Make sure the brownies are stocked. Make sure you guys are putting stuff on the board when you take the last of it or when it's starting to get low. He's got 2,000 items. Do not wait until you're down to the last morsel of anything before you put it on the board because we don't have the ability. If I hate getting those phone calls, oh, I don't have this. Well, you mean to tell me you just figured that out like 5 minutes ago? It's annoying, yes. I told you that at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
I gotta take blame that too, she asked me to do it, then I did something and I forgot.
Make sure that the soup boards are current. We can't sell what we don't have listed up there. Kitchen. Now, this is stuff that the kitchen has said to me. On parties, every cook likes things done a little bit differently. We're gonna have a new cook starting. So find out from your cook if he wants it sent back in bulk or if he wants it sent back in smaller quantities. Just check with your cook, it's not that hard. You guys, the cooks are fine with you going on the line to grab your cold stuff if you need to get cheese or you need to get something like that. They're okay with that. There used to be a time when that was reason for, you know, a beating with a stick, so that's not the case. A lot of the things that used to upset cooks, we don't have those same cooks, so it's not a problem anymore. When you need to make a change on a printed ticket, ask for the ticket and write it down. A lot of times it's very difficult to know they're busy and you tell them something. The other thing is notes. And here's an example. I was cooking on Monday, and somebody had a loaded baked potato. Was it you?
Yeah, no bacon.
And she put a note, no bacon, but the way the POS printed it out, the no bacon was all the way up here, and the baked potato was all the way down here, so I made the baked potato with bacon, and she's like, here's the note. In cases like that, if it's not busy, say, hey, by the way, there's no bacon on that loaded baked potato, or draw a line, take a marker, do something to make it special note, because you don't see
it
it.
after too, and just put like no bacon on potato. That's what
I
I kind
know, I
of.
did.
It's absolutely lousy.
Yeah, but it was all the way up here, and the baked potato was all the way, just the way it printed it out.
But that's the way it's designed. How many times have you said to me, Dave, oh, what's getting the onions?
Very honest.
Right.
Because it's out of sequence. I have to go
And
scroll all the
sometimes
way to
that,
the
yeah,
top.
so it doesn't hurt, take it, draw an arrow, make a line, make it easier for everybody, because it is, especially when it's a no. If it's an add-on, you can always add, but once you put it on there, then you're out of luck, it's wasted. So be conscious that sometimes that's the way it comes out on the POS and it's, we're stuck with it. So grab the ticket, draw an arrow, let them know, just be considerate of that. Because you don't know how that is.
Somebody got a truck waiting for them outside? Anybody at all?
What kind of truck?
Looks like a nice truck. I guess I'll
They
take
got
it.
a nice truck.
I'll
Is it
take
a
it.
black one?
I don't know.
It's got lots of lights on it. Is it you?
If it's not busy, you can take the ticket, you can make a note, or you can tell the cook directly. If they got one ticket, they probably won't mind you just telling them, but just make sure. Make sure that you're calling your wings in your 4-piece. Make sure that you're getting your stuff from the freezer as quickly as you can. Some of them are better about grabbing the stuff. I mean, again, some of this stuff is stuff that used to cause all kinds of problems. It's not such a big deal anymore. Make sure you're asking the kitchen for any leftover list each day when you're doing the stuff. Make sure you're finding out what they have. Make sure you use carrier plates on anything that's in a soup bowl. So if it's in a soup bowl, any of the special stuff, get the carrier plate and take it with. Make sure your cheese is melted. I'm gonna try to get these guys
We've got plastic cheese. How do you melt that?
in the salamander. I'm
Well,
trying
I
to get
did
them
use
to
a
learn.
salamander.
I know, you're not calling. Make sure your plates look appetizing and that represents the way they should. The other thing is, when you say something to the cook, wait for an acknowledgement. Or when the cook says something, you acknowledge what they say. They get frustrated with you guys because they feel like you blow them off and you don't listen to them. Take the extra time to say, okay, I heard you, all right, got you, or heard. Just take those, because otherwise they feel like they're talking into a vacuum and no one's listening. And they don't realize that sometimes when you're talking to yourself. You know, and so make sure that you're aware of
Well, the
that.
noise
And
level
that,
back
not,
there's
I was just gonna
atrocious.
say, not only that, I don't think they realize that we got those hoods going. So you
Yeah,
almost
there
have
you
to
go.
scream back at us, because if you're at monotone, all we hear is,
Yeah, it
you
sounds
know,
like
we're
Charlie
like,
Brown's
what did
feature.
they say? Because it's so loud back there, so that's
Okay.
just.
Also, be aware of waste that you, ask your customers, especially like for butter, do you want butter? If you're giving butter, it's a 1 ounce portion cup for a baked potato. If you got 2 pancakes or 3 pancakes, you can use a 2 ounce. But find out if they want it. If they don't want it, then don't bother to send it out there, because then we have to throw it
I get
away.
a lot of people that ask for real butter, they want the packets.
Yeah.
Well, how, is there a way we can eliminate the other butter? I think that
It's
that's,
substantially more expensive to use the other butter, to use the packet.
all right, now I
That's why
know,
we
so
do it.
then I'll push the other, all right.
Yeah. Mayo, is 1 ounce. Don't be putting them in the big 2 ounce and cut. Nobody, it's 1 ounce portion for me.
I was told that you approved that.
Well, you were told wrong.
All right, then.
No, you said as long as I only filled it halfway.
Why do you want to use something that costs more? Put it
Because
in
it's
the-
easier to put
because
it
it's
in.
Well, you know what, I don't know.
I mean, it's twice as fast.
It literally is.
Oh, come on.
Use a damn teaspoon.
Mayonnaise goes all over my hands, my fingers, goes
Use a
out.
smaller
Use a
spoon.
teaspoon.
Use
like
the
that
teaspoon, that's what I
It-
always
that's it.
take that damn spoon out.
Yeah.
I
and
can
put it-
do it, and you can do it for Pete's sake.
Okay, so we'll make sure Mayo's.
What's that?
Why don't you put it in a squirt bottle for them and they just,
That was denied years ago.
No, it wasn't denied years
and you can
ago.
do 30
Yeah,
of
it
them
was, because we
in 10
talked about
seconds.
doing Mayos in the things and just filling them in those. But instead they were supposed to be portioned, but now we changed it to that thing.
We could squeeze it if you want to do it like you do the cocktail. I don't care.
I think that would be easier.
Well, then we need to get
Like
some more
30
squeeze
of them.
bottles.
Well, I had a whole bunch
Probably
of
got
them.
them somewhere.
They do got squeeze bottles.
There's probably some in the basement. Yeah, I don't care.
Well, if everybody.
And
agrees
this
on
is the
that,
thing.
it's
If
simple.
If I haven't said it from my lips, if you haven't heard it from me, how many things I'm accused of saying that I've never said? Oh, really? When did I say that? Oh, really? No, hear it from me. Come ask me. I'll tell you the truth.
Tomatoes and squeeze bottle
All
now,
right.
right?
Okay, to-go orders.
Okay.
Make sure each order has a name in the POS. Put the name in there. You know, we get 3 of them up here and no, oh, what'd you have? Oh, you look like a stinking idiot trying to figure out whose order it is. Put the name, it's not, does everybody know how to do that? Does everybody know how to change the order type?
Yes.
If you don't change the order type, I pay sales tax. All right, it's important to change the order type. Don't put silverware in unless the customer says they need silverware, because silverware is not free. Don't give them free napkins like this, because napkins aren't free.
What if the food,
Yes.
what if the food requires silverware?
Well, a lot of people are just going home.
Yeah, a lot of them homes unless they put it on like their to-go restaurant.
If they order online, they ask for silverware. When you if you take the order on the phone, do you need any silverware or napkins? They'll say, or do you need condiment? No, I'm just going home. It seems stupid, but you do that all week long, it probably saves $100.
Okay.
So
I didn't know that. I've been putting silverware in every to-go
I know.
unless it doesn't, they're like a sandwich or fries.
I know.
Because that's standard
I'm
of
sorry.
how you would actually do it to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Because you never know. if
but
people
those
are
people,
gonna
those are
eat
the
on
same
way
people that you
home,
go to their house and
or
you
they
open a
on the
drawer in their
road.
house and there's 700 pieces of to-go silverware in there because they never use it. So just ask,
Okay.
hey, do you need silverware? Yeah.
Gotcha.
I
Phone
appreciate,
numbers on pie orders, ladies.
what?
Phone numbers on all pie orders.
Yes, all pie orders need phone numbers. When you check over your boxes carefully, make sure everything looks right, because when people call me and say, and they complain, I'll ask you, is this the case? And you'll say, no, it was right. I looked at it with my own eyes. Because one lady said, oh, I got wings and it had like 2 drops of sauce on it, and I kept, and I asked the servant, she's like, no, it had plenty of sauce on it. So, you know, I just like to know who the liars are.
I like to write on the box, that means I looked in it.
Okay, that's fine, just make sure that, now, when you take a to-go order, process, this is what needs to happen. Take a to-go order, print the ticket, put it back there. Do not ever assemble a to-go order with the kitchen ticket, because it'll always go out with the wrong stuff in it, because the kitchen doesn't get all the data, all right?
Right.
So, when you take a to-go order, send it back to the kitchen, print it, and put it on the back shelf, that way anybody can put it together, all right? So you make sure that you do that. And then check each box carefully to make sure. The phone is a priority, I already said that. 3 rings, that's all I want to hear. Make sure it's hung up, I don't want to go there. The door, when you guys are back in the waitress station, what I like to call the cone of silence, where no one can hear anything, or do not face that way. If you're standing there and you're chit-chatting, don't care, face this way. Because, I mean, people are lined up there and you're hello, they're all here. Pay attention. At no time should this floor be vacant of a waitress. One waitress on the floor at all times. So if you gotta pee, you're not back in the refrigerator. One of you be on the floor at all times. Or if that has to happen, let's say it has to happen, then you need to tell the manager, hey, I gotta go to the back and get this. Can you watch for me? Brenda's in the bathroom. That's all that has to happen. Have someone on the floor at all times. Being in the salad bar is not on the floor. Your back is to the door, you don't know what's there. Now, you're walking through the dining room. All you have to say to the customer is, hi, somebody will be right with you. They just want acknowledgement. You don't have to get to them, you don't have to be the one to wait on. Somebody will be right with you. That's all you have to do, and then eventually, somebody will get there. My mom has the idea that people have to be waited on or have to be in their chair 32 seconds from the moment that they get out of their car. They can stand for a minute. I stand lots of places. I can wait a minute, but all they have to do is know that somebody's seen them. Just know it. Hey, you know what? Somebody will be right with you. That's all. That they're not standing and nobody. People get anxious when they see people walking around and nobody says anything. Just take the time to say something. That's all that it takes. We talked about the 15 minutes early. We're going to change the thing. Calling off. You cannot call off by text. Does everybody hear that? You can call Laura. You can call me. I do not always hear my text messages. If you need to tell me something that's important, you better call me because I may not hear. I get notifications that the freezer door is left ajar. So guess how often I pay attention to all those notifications? And guess how often the freezer door is left ajar? A lot. So I don't pay attention. So if you need to tell me something that's of time-sensitive importance, you need to call me. Most of you guys are mothers. Be sensitive to the fact that kids get sick and people need to go. So understand that if you can pick up, please pick up and help the other person. Nobody intends for their kid to be vomiting or be sick and have a problem. Just do what you can to help. For the most part, I think that's the case. Some people have more flexibility than others, but if you're sick or you have a problem, pick up the phone and call. Does everyone have Laura's phone number? Everybody?
Yes.
All right. Call Laura, call me, we'll figure it out. Sometimes maybe the answer is somebody can cover a few hours and someone else can cover a few more of the other hours. Be whatever we can do. Just be available to help each other out because the day's going to come when you're going to need it and everybody needs to help each other out. So that's what we need to do. The other, seating. When you're seating people, do not seat this table before you seat that one or this one. Reason being, in the regular course of action, and this room is not being used, once you seat this table, you shut off the ability to put a big table together. Now you're screwed. Now you gotta go back there. If this table's taken, it causes a whole other set of problems.
That goes for the small side too, do not see 10 first.
Don't yet. Pick the
Because
other end
you can't
ones.
put big tables on the small side, even though we seem to not do that anymore.
Yeah, well, you said you can.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if you seat the ends,
the big tables do not need to go on this side.
they do not always, no, they don't need to. If you know that somebody is particularly smelly or dirty, put them on the hard floor so we can clean up after them easier. All right, like if you see that they got like a tribe of bad children, put them over there so we can sweep the floor easier and they don't grind into my carpet. Also, again, this is to be considerate. If people are large, if people are very large, the booths over there are bigger. They accommodate bigger people easier. These over here are smaller. Don't do it. Don't take a 400-pound person and put them over there. They're going to look like they're a sausage in a squeezed thing. Do not ask. Do not ask table or booth when we're busy. Put them where we need them to sit. Don't ask. If somebody insists, then you can do that. If somebody's super tall, don't put them over there. If somebody's in a wheelchair, you need to probably put them on the other side because there's no apron. The aprons make it hard for the chair to get up underneath. Be considerate and understanding. But large people would do better if they insist on a booth. Those booths over there are larger, 3 and 4 are larger, but those are not a good place. If people are very tall, these are not good booths either because the people, or if you think, just use, when you got 4 big men, don't try putting them in a booth. Don't even, Don't even ask
Who
unless
does
they insist. Huh?
4 big men get a big table.
But that's a 5-top, but 4 big men considered a regular table, but don't try squeezing them in. Just use your common sense, because you can tell they're not gonna be comfortable. Or somebody that's, or like I said, we used to have smelly people, put them where, we can
What
clean.
happened to that?
Ken, that's not Christian.
Oh, they still come in
First
all
off.
the time.
Do they? Well,
Are we
again,
talking about the lizard lawn over there?
I don't know, but yeah,
Yeah.
just so you know. So like on Saturday and Sunday when we're busy, quit asking people, move their cat. I'm like, why? So you can tell I don't have one. I'm sorry, I don't have a pet. They don't.
You know what I hate though happens though, like if it's a table, and I go to sit at my table, you sit there, then they'll just get up on their own and move, and then they'll go to a dirty table.
I know,
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Three
That
tables.
happens all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, cleaning and side work. Follow your side work sheet, but use common sense. The cleanliness of our restaurant directly reflects on all of us. We need to do our part so that we put our best foot forward. Condiments. This is forever a problem with the condiments. If you do not put the condiment up on the shelf until you have cleaned it, there will never be a dirty condiment on the shelf. This escapes me. My mom comes in here and her first thing to do is, and she says, don't put them on the shelf until they're clean. Leave them on the bottom.
Yeah,
Leave
you
them on.
have to flip the lid, because, once you flip that lid and clean it.
Don't sign your side work sheet till you do the work. I see, and then, I meant to get back. No, you didn't do it. Do not put your name on that side work until the work is done. If you want to stand at the end of the shift and sign it all off because you did it all, fine. Don't sign it till you do it. As always, if it's dirty, just clean it. That's all, no big deal. Portions. We go over this. The bowls of salad should be low. When you take a big bowl, we shouldn't be heaping up the to-go salads to go. The side things, my mom and I go round and round about this because she has one opinion, I don't know. The salad shouldn't be rounded at the top when you're doing it. You just give a nice portion. The olives is supposed to be about 1 olive, give or take. So, just one of all the other things. Use common sense. You know what I mean? That's all. It's common sense. Ice cream is 1 scoop. That's how we charge by the scoop. Offering to-go beverages. If somebody asks you, can I have a to-go cup? I have no problem. But don't stand there and go, can I get you a to-go beverage? Would you like it? Now you've taken any profit that we've had because now they're getting to-go everything. If they ask you, give it, but don't offer it. How about asking pie to go? I'm all about that, so we'll do that. And that's the other thing. Make sure that when you deliver your food, you make the comment, hey, save room for pie. We've got so many really delicious pies. And that starts to plant that seed. And I'll get you to go box for some of your dinner if you want to say, so that's being a suggestive salesperson and getting that done. So make sure you're running the food when it's up in the window, when it's in there, and everybody. Nobody has a problem with anybody running food, am I correct?
Regina's the only one I think that doesn't like hers free.
Well, that's fine. We're not worried about that.
She's really good.
Yeah, a lot of times she tells me she has to know the order by her ticket to know where food goes. She can never remember the orders or anything. So she doesn't like me to run her food.
Okay.
She's the manager?
The only thing is
Yes.
sometimes like with running
Making sure.
food is like some tables like have special requests like when my food comes out, I want this to come out with it. So like you don't get it ahead of time, and then if you don't know that
Yeah,
your
but
food gets ran,
When
and
somebody's
then
running your food, they should ask them, is there anything else?
Yes.
And then they'll tell you.
Yes, and-
But you can also, like, if I ran your food, when I run your food, like tip, I ran table 18. Just so you know it's out.
yeah, because
When
a lot
you
of
drop-
times
That is
people when I run my food
Okay.
don't tell me.
When
ahead.
you
Some
drop
people want
food-
bill for something with it, you're right.
When you drop food, is there anything else that you need? That's question 1. And with the steak, I want everybody asking, could you check your steak and make sure it's done to your liking? Those are the 2 things I want you asking. Laura's gonna go over some things on the side work stuff. Does anybody have anything?
Reservations, when you take a reservation, the schedule's already up. You need to call one of us, her, actually, because she does the schedule.
Yeah, if it's not printed on the working schedule, that means I did not see it because it wasn't listed on the list beforehand. So if it's a table that I need to accommodate staffing for,
I'm gonna start.
I need to make sure. Oh, I know. Go ahead.
All right, real quick.
I want to say real quick before you go into that, just the other thing about condiments. Because everybody's trying to help running each other's food, guys, make sure you bring your condiments to your table. Because if someone now has to run 3 or 4 tables to that table for you, it's not fair that that girl now is not getting that too, basically. cause they're done all the work.
Like you're talking about for breakfast?
Yeah.
And also,
It's mainly a breakfast thing.
and I think it's also, you know, like if you're serving lunch and you're serving burgers, you ought to have gotten the ketchup and mustard to those tables.
Yeah, but what if they don't want it? Because I always, like, I bring my food, I'm like, I always bring ketchup with fries automatically, but I don't bring mustard to a burger because a lot of people don't use mustard. We only have 3 bottles.
How do you older girls do it?
Whatever.
I just don't.
When you,
I bring them out ahead of time.
I
You ask
ask.
me
Yeah,
ahead of time?
I asked. They order fresh up front. Do you want malted vinegar?
Well, do you ask? When do you ask?
Yeah, you ask
If
when
they
you
need
give
it,
the
what they need,
order.
yeah, what they want for toppings for the burger, if they're gonna need mayonnaise, ketchup, or mustard.
So when you take the order,
Yeah, 'cause
so
that
you're
way you
gonna,
know what
that
you're
way
gonna
you
need.
can have that all ready to go.
And you should have it ready over there.
Yeah.
Okay? And there's some instances, no, I mean, we're
In
all,
case it's gonna get busy, so we're gonna forget or something, I mean.
you know.
So when
everybody
you're
puts a
taking
little-
orders for things, you know, you wanna make sure that you're asking, would you like ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise for your burger?
Yeah.
And that way you can have it.
let us make
And
I
then
like
when you
the
have
same thing I do
minutes,
for the
you can
pancakes
take
with
that
butter.
ketchup, mustard, and mayonnaise
Yeah.
out to the table and have it ready.
I'm gonna drink my
All
medicine,
right.
I gotta go.
Okay, here we go, Laura.
Alright, real quick, so the area, you gotta take care of the trays out and the back panel. When you
I didn't even hear what you said. Can you repeat it?
Trays, the black
Soda.
tray, that needs to be
Soda.
cleaned out, and the soda area. And the walls need to be wiped around there, where the iced tea is, that all needs to be wiped off. The hot chocolate machine, that little tray that catches all that crap, that needs to go back at the end of the night. Iced tea, we're gonna get back into the time where you gotta have 4 down there of the sweet, 8 unsweet, and then whatever's left in the container. And do not leave less than a cup in the container, because that's ridiculous. You need, once you put it on the tray, on that cart, you need to check it before you put it back in.
Okay, so what about if they are empty, like at the end of the night? Because I was confused about this. We had, like, there was literally no tea left, so I set it to dish. But do you want those being filled back up late
We're
at night
okay.
or left on the counter empty?
We're okay with at least
Yeah, I don't-
8 down there and 4,
Yeah.
because we make it right when we get here, so that's really not a big deal. But there has to be at least 8 full unsweet and 4 sweet. Because we can make it, that's not a big deal.
Okay, so leave them empty if there's nothing in them at the end of the night.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. Wait before we know what goes in there. You need to combine the Parmesan cheeses when there's a tiny bit in there. Those need to be combined. And if there's only 1 or 2 down there, fill it. It's not that hard. Pie case. Inside out glass needs cleans. All the shelves need to be wiped off. If the pies are in the back, they need to be out front. Do not cut 1 slice of pie. They have to be fully cut when you put them in there.
We don't cut meringues at night if you don't need, like, say, when they're brought up, because they tend to weep more. So, like, if you bring up a backup pie and you still have 3 or 4 pieces of meringue, don't cut them until you're ready to use them. So that's why sometimes in the morning you'll come in and there might be 1 piece of meringue and a pie not cut, because it'll hold better uncut. Did you guys know that?
Yeah, is there anything, Mallory's crying her eyes out, I gotta get out here, is there anything on there you need to go over with me really quick?
Tomorrow.
Okay,
We'll
we
go
can do
with
that,
you.
okay, she's just out front,
Alright, the glass by the register, the top and bottom, the cookie case needs to be wiped off too. And the front door, inside out. And it's nice enough to where that outdoor needs to be down on the outside. Alright, thank you. Stocking tables, when you see that there is no salt in this, you combine it with another table and then fill it. I don't expect you guys to do salt and peppers every day, but when there's nothing in there, you need to do it.
But I thought we
Rather
were
you
supposed
combine
to.
it, huh?
I thought we were supposed to top them off every day.
That's what I do
No,
on my
you're supposed to-
shifts.
We don't top them off anymore.
We're not supposed to be topping them off because the bottom never gets used.
Yeah.
Okay.
Combine them, combine your tables, and then you put a new one out.
All right.
And then these, we can take a little bit more time in straightening them and putting them in there instead of stuffing them. Do you like stuffing?
Me?
Yeah.
Shit, at my interview, I was freaked out sitting back there because they were all, right? You remember? I was like, yeah.
I do remember.
All right, I guess we're not doing the coffee things. We're not doing the ones anymore, we're just doing the big coffee pot thing.
That was not,
Like the individual.
I didn't.
I was
Yeah.
told
I was
you,
told you
you
said that.
said that.
Yeah, I don't use it, I only use a big coffee pot.
Because I went to go make them the other day and they're like, we don't
Yeah.
do small ones anymore. I was
Yes,
like,
they do.
explain. Nobody tells me nothing.
Yeah, you don't have to do the small one, because how often do you make a small pot? And it takes
I mean,
a
you can do
second
that in
to
a
fry.
hurry anyway.
So, yeah,
It's not a
one
big deal.
pot is good.
What?
one pot a day. I make one pot a day here.
You sound like you're.
One pot a day, and you use 3 bags
There
of
has to
coffee.
be 3 full buckets of the big filters.
Okay,
Every- 3.
1 on top, 2 on the bottom,
Yeah, but that one on top better be full. If
and
there's
it's
one or-
not.
If there's only 1 or 2 in it, then there
And
should
then
be
they,
3
and
down.
then that's why I
That's
came,
common sense.
that was Thursday, I came in Thursday, there was 1 bucket of coffee and 2 things
Okay,
sitting up there.
that would be another thing on common sense. I'm trying to make this
The
quick,
coffee
so we,
Yeah,
On the fryer.
trash.
you don't like that?
Sweeping,
No, I used
floors.
her the other
Yeah.
day.
You have to move
I
everything.
just never used them.
You have to move
So I
the
didn't
chairs,
know.
you have to move
I'm
the
thinking
tables,
coffee
you have to
or
vacuum.
anything, ain't gonna get a
That
fryer.
includes in the back room.
Yeah, it worked.
Cleaning bathrooms. The mirror gets
We'll just
cleaned,
keep
the
getting
sink
it
gets
done.
cleaned,
Yeah,
the paper towel dispenser, the toilet paper dispenser, those all get wiped off, and then the toilets, when you clean the toilets, you need to wipe the front of it too, because
Was that there when you were
And
there?
door handles.
Can we get a better bathroom
No.
caddy with actual
they tore that
bathroom
down in
cleaning
2000.
supplies?
yeah, no, that was.
Uh,
Yes,
I think that'd be.
Please,
yeah.
because it's not good.
I agree.
Well, think
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you're toilet bowl,
I think that would be cool because you could really see the whole battlefields
I'll be the one
everywhere.
to say I don't need it.
Yeah, I
Like, can we
never-
get some
I went up
gloves
in
that go in there?
Why can't you
Well,
use
there's gloves in the kitchen up there.
Back up in the woods.
You could
Yeah.
put a box of gloves in the hall closet, I have no problem with that. So
Yeah,
it's easy
and
for you
then
to grab.
like some actual like toilet cleaner.
Well, that's the reason we
Like
need to
toilets
go
are nasty, they should be
last
getting
There's
like
toilet bowl
There's
cleaner in there,
stuff
is there?
seven years.
But like a
They-
spray, like
Our
an
knees are
actual
so
like,
bad.
I don't know, like a bleach.
Like
Yeah,
I
like
want,
a
Wow.
bleach
like
or
for a long
something.
time, there was
Only
one
reason
pink
why I
bottle of
don't
something
I
and
want
that
to go
was
up
in
and
there,
see
like I asked Miss Kay, I'm like, what do you, she's like, use Windex, I'm like, there's no
No,
bathroom
you need
cleaner.
something
No,
with
it
an
should always be a
antibacterial.
Clorox spray and there should always.
There's not a
There's
Clorox
not.
spray.
There's
Did
not.
you go in Devil's
There's
Den?
No,
It's like a little
terrible.
Lysol
I guess
thing
that's
that's always
pretty-
like.
You need to listen.
I agree, I think there should be gloves, that all in the caddy, just at all times, like
No, I
grab
agree.
it
I didn't realize
and just
that.
do it, everything, cause whatever, you know, like when you're in the bathroom, it should smell like, you know what I mean, something, like whatever we're using is like, is it water?
Where-
There's times that thing that I'm spraying, I'm like, is this even really utilized here? I don't think it is.
No, it's just-
Yeah, and I think, but I then had
Over, did we
disinfected it, it
gavel?
might not have been bleach, but it had disinfectant.
Has the gavel went down?
Whatever's in there, it just does not seem like clear. It's
No,
fine.
it's not.
That I wasn't allowed to have bleach because I kept getting it on my shirts because I reached around the toilets and she took the bleach out of it.
Yeah, we should have that,
I'll find out.
yeah, we need
What's
to
back
have
there
that
now?
Clorox in there.
And I always go back there.
Yeah.
The one is in there,
Yeah, they're
the one with like the soap.
Did you see the
Can we,
movie?
okay, but the other thing is like,
You didn't
the
see the
actual
Gettysburg
toilet bowl
movie?
cleaner, like
You got a
the
DVD
scrubby,
player?
should not be in
Let's bring mine in. Let's
Yeah,
the
watch
caddy.
it.
If you
Oh,
have
that should be
that,
in
you
the
can
van.
toilet,
If
you
I
put on the
my
trash
TV,
bags,
I'm
the paper
sure I could
towels,
just put it
That
in.
is
anything
gross.
A
that's
lot
in
of
there,
places you
like,
have to actually, it's
and
one of
that's
those
like
ones you gotta
gross.
pay
I
extra.
feel like that should just be like one next to the toilet or something,
But I do
one in
that.
the bathroom we can just use.
Yeah, can we get like a nice,
Yeah,
like
it's-
stand that just goes in the
Oh,
bathroom?
you get a nice stand in
I'll
it.
buy it, like I'm willing to, I will buy it,
Oh,
if
okay.
we're allowed to
Really
put it in there.
accurate.
Cause that one was.
In fact, they got,
Something
I just
sealed.
don't get putting it, like
Derringer
using it in the
and
toilet and then putting it back
In
in the
the
caddy.
clean
Yeah,
caddy.
that's gross.
I mean,
Like, that doesn't make sense.
just all kinds of,
Yeah, I know what they're saying,
Heck's that
about
guy's
leaving
name?
it in the bathroom.
Jeff
No, the
Hansen.
scrubber thing's in the caddy.
You
It's right
really
next
believe
to
Jeff
the,
Hansen was.
the cleaning supplies, it's
chamber.
right next to the bags.
Yeah.
All of it, it's right
I
there.
mean, he was.
So yeah, you
that
wipe
good.
the toilet and then shove it back in
Yeah.
to the everything that you're grabbing. It's, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, cause at my house, when I
And-
scrub the toilets, I take the thing, I leave it sit
The
in the
men's
toilet
room needs
until it
a
drains,
deep
and then I
clean.
put it away.
Deep
I don't,
The urinal has so much backed up, it's, men's bathroom's disgusting, like it traumatizes me.
yeah, me too.
I wanna,
Is the urinal cleaned every night? Cause you are supposed to clean it every night.
yes, no, I clean the bathrooms, I clean them really good when I do them.
But I think what it is.
I'm talking about the floors need, they're like,
Yeah.
the pee is soaking into the cracks of the
The
tile.
urinal
It
looks
smells
gross too though,
disgusting.
cause that thing that's in there is like stained.
Okay, so
There's
Yeah,
new ones,
yeah,
there's
it's
new
like
ones.
stained.
There's
They have
new
a
ones
whole
in
box
the
of new
closet.
ones.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, they
I don't know if
generously
we have
share
any
it
left
in
or
the door.
not.
I've
For
had
fuck's
that
sakes.
for a while.
They would know because I have it right there.
I can order some.
Yeah, again, all you gotta, again, all somebody gotta say is we don't have any urinal cakes, so we need to order.
No, we
urinal
do, we have a whole box of them, I'm
You know
pretty
what I
sure.
Are they- Do you need a new
It's
one in
probably
there?
some
That
type
is-
I don't know, I
of
haven't been at
something
bathrooms.
like
Somehow,
spraying
every day I've
around
worked the last 2
that'll
weeks,
soak
I've been on
into
a
that'll
salad bar.
Who's done the bathroom?
neutralize the smell, I would imagine.
I didn't even know that those
Once
were.
it turns a color, it
Yeah.
needs to be replaced.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so
what
that's.
Yeah, it's like like neon yellow.
Starts off
Yeah.
clear.
I didn't know that
Oh,
we
I didn't
had
know
extra
what
ones
it
of
is.
those.
Oh.
So,
Yeah,
like,
they're
I
right
take the
place.
thing and I like move it around and I scrub it, but I didn't know that we were supposed to replace them, so.
It does, we
So-
did have
those are the
placements
ones-
in there, but I knew we were low, but I didn't.
Are we
See,
out?
I thought that was something else, never mind.
Oh, geez.
Hey, I'd like to touch on something. Okay,
Speaking
and
of
I don't
urinal-
wanna, and I'm not trying to raise any hairs or get anybody upset, but this has been, a severe peeve for quite some time. Now, when I got here, I was taught a specific way, okay? And I've adhered to them. I understand, no white shoes with black pants, all right? You flip the salad bar, you're not doing it on my time. I'm trying to get out of here, roll my silverware, vacuum my floors, finish up my tables, but you're gonna come in here, order something to eat, sit down, and then when you're done with that, you're gonna go in the kitchen, you're gonna try to
No,
flip
they're
the
not
salad.
flipping the salad bar.
Yes,
until
they
it's
are,
served.
Tim, I'm
No.
telling you they are.
I'm telling you what Laura intends to address that right now. The salad bar will not be flipped before what time? 6
So
o'clock.
then I come in and I'm left with 2 scoops of Thousand Island dressing when we're serving Rubens.
6 o'clock is when the salad
Well,
bar.
that
will
just
come.
was decided today, but when
No,
I
it was
started
decided
here,
to-
when I started here, that's when we did it, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock.
Yeah, well, when I started.
You don't do your side work
Earliest
when
that
I'm
you're
trying to
gonna
get out.
be able to do the salad bar is 6 o'clock. If you're too busy to do it then, that also means it shouldn't have been flipped. So
But I thought
you'll have
it was
to
a
do-
3-hour
It
rule.
takes me 15 minutes to flip the salad bar. So if it's taking you longer, then I'll show you how to do it.
It sometimes takes longer because you can't just sit there and do it for 15 minutes.
That, like.
Like I got my sides out to do backups at 4 o'clock when we were slow.
Yeah.
They sat back there all day because I had not 1 second to get them done.
Because, I mean, you can do your sides during the day, because, and make a judgment call on, like, if you have 2 down there and a half pan up front, yeah, I'm gonna
Make
use another
backups.
ring.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
taught.
Okay, but
Flipping the whole
flipping the whole
salad
salad
bar.
bar can be done in 15 minutes.
But not while I'm trying to get out of here, 'cause I'm
And
here
it's not
Monday
gonna
through
be done
Thursday.
until 6 o'clock, and if they're busy, they're not gonna be able to flip it up.
And that's okay, I respect and understand that, rather than
Yes.
you do it at 4 o'clock. And
Well, I don't
now,
know how it got moved
Who
up to
does it
4
at
o'clock.
No, see, when I started
Caitlin
years
does
ago,
it at
It
4.
was 5 o'clock during the week and 6 on Fridays.
not to mention coming in and
No, it
ordering
should be
food and
6
sitting
o'clock
down and
every
eating.
shift.
What the hell is that all about?
You should not be ordering food on the clock. When you're first here, we had a 3-hour rule. You're not allowed to eat until
Nobody
you
in
get
here
here
is
for 3
allowed.
hours.
Well, I'm guilty of that, because I know I come in at noon and I like breakfast.
Well, okay, I have a
Then
question.
come in before your shift and order your breakfast before you're on the clock, if you wanna eat breakfast.
My babysitter is tripping.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get
No.
out there too, but I have a question, so like me
Well, you
coming
do
from
this.
another job sometimes, and I don't have any time to eat anything, sometimes I do like pick out a salad or something, so we're not allowed to do that either, if we're dead, cause I always think we were not busy, like if I get here at 2:30, our busy time is when I
My
eat.
concern is not with snacking on a salad or
I don't need a
something.
full-blown meal.
It's the fact that you're coming in, you order food, I haven't eaten all damn day because I've been busy, and you come in at 2:30, when you're supposed to be here at 2:15, and then you order food and you sit down at the counter and you eat it and you bullshit.
Yeah, I don't do that.
That's a
No,
problem.
I don't even sit down and eat, I don't sit down and eat. But I was just wondering if that was okay.
And then you have the audacity to ask me if it's okay if you go out and smoke before I leave. When
Yeah,
I'm
I
getting a
don't.
register, seat and guest,
That's the other thing, smoke breaks, 3 hours before you get a smoke break. I don't know how many people smoke.
I didn't get one today. Not one time
Yeah,
I was
so
outside.
don't ask me if we go out, because I'm,
3 hours.
Don't look at me, I think that's a stupid rule,
oh, you're in the kitchen.
What's a stupid rule?
the 3-hour rule.
Why?
Because there's times when you get here and you never get a chance.
Yeah, you smoke when you get the chance, that's not a big deal, but smoking after walking in here, clocking in, ordering food,
No, I'm
eating it, and
talking
then
about
going out.
Her rule about 3 hours.
Well,
is
the
what I'm
reason
talking about.
that had to happen
I know,
is because every hour, out
I
we go,
understand that.
out we go. Oh, I got a couple minutes, out we go. And it was like, we had to put parameters.
I didn't say I wouldn't listen to it, I just
Said
said
it was
it's
stupid. It's not only stupid because it had to be made. If we didn't have people who could be sensible about it, I wouldn't have to make a rule like that. But if you wanna have breakfast, because you like breakfast, you come in half hour before your shift, you're welcome to sit at the counter, enjoy your breakfast. Nobody will put you on the floor, you come in and enjoy yourself. No problem.
Kim's gonna laminate these, right?
No, I'm gonna type them up.
Type them up, okay, so you guys can all read these too. Cause I got a list of everything that you should have for backups for the salad bar in here. All the trays need wiped off, round ones and oval ones. Salad bar needs to be wiped off, so do the vinegar and oil containers, cause they are disgusting.
I just cleaned them really good the other day. Did you notice
One,
that?
Yeah, how crazy it
also,
is.
I knew somebody did, I
in
didn't.
another
Literally clean 'em
month
with
or
vinegar.
so,
gotta clean
you
the
guys,
vinegar.
With vinegar.
hey, in another month or so, you need to put a piece of saran wrap
Yeah.
over top of.
No, they've been putting
Yeah,
caps on.
the 1 ounce cups
Does
work
that
really
work?
well.
Yeah.
A little 1 ounce cup one.
Okay, yeah, that keeps the gnats out.
Yeah, I didn't know those were going in there, and I was, when somebody told me about it, like,
Oh.
I've never looked, and I was so embarrassed. I was like, how many times did I bring flies to somebody's
Well,
table?
hopefully.
Yeah.
Not their gnats,
Hold
not
it up.
flies.
I know that now. I checked.
Alright, real quick, all counters in the kitchen and out front, that means by the, pot machine and all the counters underneath the bread thing, need wiped off, flipping soups and the butter sheet container. And when you label it, you need to label the top, you need to label the date and what's in it. Potato soup, 3/16, or whatever date it is. There should be a shoebox of ketchup up front and a shoebox in the back at all times.
Full?
There's- Yes.
How many fit in the shoebox?
Yeah, they're just a mess.
Oh, we got
Labeled
those
with
stupid
initials.
bottles.
Yeah, you guys don't forget your initials on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, initial discussion.
There's a list of what the stock should be on here too, you'll see that, going over that if you want, yes, you. already went
Anybody
over
who
that,
takes food
already
out of
went
here,
over
make
that.
sure a manager signs your box. Don't take food out of here without permission.
You already talked about that, for the morning shift girls, they need to start checking the bathrooms before they leave.
I think the bathroom should be checked a couple of times a
They're
day.
supposed to. We're
Yeah.
supposed to
Like
check them.
multiple times
But
because sometimes they're crazy.
The day girls have not been checking them, and I know that.
I checked the ladies' room.
And every
I let
single time
everybody
I
know
go to the
their
bathroom,
bathrooms.
I always grab toilet paper off the floor. I
I
never
do
just
my
leave it
best
like
to go
that.
in the men's room, but boy, I really
Yeah,
get
so
it.
you holler.
I got a serious
I
gag
know one of you
reflex.
guys always
Okay.
yell at me.
When I go
Go
in
to
the
the
men's room.
bathrooms.
Alright, you already went over that.
Did somebody clean the bathrooms tonight already?
I don't know.
I
I
still
was
have to
not.
mop, I haven't mopped back there
Alright,
yet.
yeah, I'm good.
And I can put
You're
paper
gonna replace
towels.
this up though, and you can laminate it, if you don't understand something on the side work, look in here because.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is something I have heard different things from multiple different people. So you're doing backups, right? You're doing coleslaw. The coleslaw, you put your initials and your date on it. I just scooped it out of the bucket. I put the clear stuff on it. I'm going to date it. What date do I put on it?
The date the coleslaw was made.
Yes.
That was
Okay.
on the bucket and the.
Whatever
Yeah,
was on the
everyone keeps
original
saying
label.
like you put today's date on
No.
it, the date.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
Put the original label,
The date was on the
Date
bucket.
from the
date
cooler.
is put
Yeah.
on there
Yeah,
this is when it was
originally, yes.
made.
Same with the lemons, the date with that.
You can even put both dates. You know, this is the
No,
date
you
it's
don't put
made,
both
and
dates,
this is the
just
date
put
I'm
the
putting
date
it.
of made.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
date
because
clock,
that's what I thought. It doesn't matter what day you're making it. It matters
What day it was made.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you
Yeah.
go by the
Right,
original,
want me to put the date
yeah.
and pulled it.
But we
so
also
that
gotta
you
be
knew
conscientious
which one it was in order of being pulled.
of salad dressings
Then
and
we
such.
keep it in line with the date. So like I said, when Kate taught me to do it, it was put the date you pulled it on it. Like, so I'm making it today, I'm gonna put today's date because the one from yesterday is gonna have yesterday's. Regardless of the date it was made, it still should be pulled in rotation.
Yeah.
Which makes no regard to what date was on the container because we shouldn't have 15 items.
But it really doesn't need
But
to
you
be. I
need-
mean, the
the
cottage
only
cheese
date
and
that
stuff needs
matters
to be
is the
rotated.
day that it was made. You can
Yes.
put it in 10 different containers in 3 different days, it's still that original date it was
Right,
made.
because the coleslaw don't need to be
You can't
rotated
change the
because
date
it's all the
because you
14th,
took it
so
from
you
that
can put one
container
in
and put
there.
it in another.
Yeah, but if you're putting the 14th on all 10, like, cause that coleslaw thing will last.
That's why I said both dates.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put both days.
Both,
It's not that
both
hard.
dates, what do you
The
mean?
day
two
you
dates?
put it
Yes,
in
they
and the
know
date
which
was
one
made.
Oh, you're talking when you guys put it in the
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
you gotta always remember that original date, cause you can
That's
get
it. You put
yourself
the
in
original
trouble by
date
putting
and then
two
the date I
dates
did
on
it.
that stuff, and
Yeah.
then you'll be giving somebody,
So,
if you're
I've
not,
been told.
It doesn't really
coordinated
matter though,
right.
because it's all made the same date.
Yeah,
Because
you
you're
have-
opening up and down, that door down there all the time, so what's gonna go bad first?
And not just
The
that,
stuff
you
that's
wanna
down there,
know,
we
okay,
stuff in the
how
back, it's
old
colder in
is
that
this?
fridge.
But we only
But
keep
it's
2
still-
down there, so I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If
There's only 2, so it's
two,
not.
It's rotated quickly enough.
That it's not gonna get old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I
As
should
long as
pull
you have the
the
date
date
on
off.
there that it was
It was
made, it
originally
should be
made.
okay, because we
Yeah,
never,
'cause
how long do we have 2 coleslaws down there?
Not long.
There you go, like, yeah. Yeah, we
Two
went through, I think,
coleslaws go.
4 of them
Heck, we probably
tonight.
go for the 4 coleslaws a day.
Also, we're not dating our, you and
Not
I are
Fridays
good
and
about
Fridays
it,
usually.
the dressing containers. The day to open,
That's right.
you gotta do that. First off, check everything. Stop opening double buckets, okay? You're opening up, you know, you go back there, you got 2 blue cheeses and they're half open, not dated. Nobody knows nothing. We're not rotating stuff in the cooler. You look at those dates on those boxes, the creamers, the butters, I don't care what it is. You put them in accordingly. You use the oldest one first. Why am I bringing out creamers that are newer than the ones that are already sitting there?
Same with the lettuce,
It's
watch the
ridiculous.
lettuce.
Yeah. it's
We're not
taking
doing that
the
either.
lettuce. That does,
Were we supposed
Well,
to talk
whoever's
about
doing
this?
truck should rotate
Nah.
the boxes.
Okay, we would like to think that's the right way to go, but we're all a team.
Right.
And we all should be
You want me
looking
to
at
clock
stuff.
in and out?
Always,
No, I know who's.
always.
Okay, anybody else have anything they wanna
That's
add?
why I didn't order either.
Go.
Go, Pete.
That's
Did
it.
you dirty my bathrooms?
I promise I won't
I did. I saw it on that thing. I was like this.
Okay, we're good?
All right, good, good.
All right,
Bye.
good talk, everybody.
So about the food thing, that's